great looking crowd. Is everybody having fun? How about another big round of applause for the best lieutenant governor in the country, Boyd Rutherford. And my better half, the much better half, my wife Yumi, doesn't she do a great job as First Lady? She's right up here in the front. And before I get started, I was really touched. The band did not know my theme song, Tim McGraw's "Live Like You Were Dying." I don't know if you heard that. Some of you were outside, but they went out in the truck and just figured out how to do the song, and he's reading the lyrics. How about a big round of applause to the great band? What's next? Thank you, guys. And I got to give a shout out to Chad's BBQ. How's the food? Well, as Boyd mentioned, and a lot of you remember who were here last year, right before this picnic, actually on Father's Day weekend, I went from being focused on how to turn our economy around and how to put people back to work to hearing 3 doctors that I just met for the first time tell me that I had an advanced and aggressive cancer that had spread all over my body. And I got the news that I had to go into the hospital for intensive 24-hour-a-day chemotherapy treatments, and I was pleading with the doctors to wait until after the weekend of our event, until Monday, but they insisted that I had to go in on Saturday. The day, exactly 1 year ago today, was my first 24-hour chemo. So let me just say this. Last year, I wasn't here. I'm really sorry that I'm a year late, but with all my heart, I can't tell you how wonderful it is to be standing here with all of you today and to be 100% cancer-free and feeling strong. Boyd talked about the Change Maryland shirts. That's really what this all started 5 years ago when I started this group, Change Maryland, a nonpartisan group to try to change the dialogue in our state. We brought together Republicans and Democrats and independents who were really fed up and frustrated with what was going on in our state. And, we had businesses, jobs, and taxpayers fleeing our state in record numbers. We lost 8,600 businesses, over 100,000 jobs, and nearly half of all Marylanders wanted to leave the state. And as Boyd said, more than 2/3 thought the state was way off track and heading in the wrong direction. And that's why we started Change Maryland, to make elected officials accountable, to talk about these important issues. We talked about taxes and what it was doing to our economy. And 4 years goes by, or 3 years, and we decided there's really no way to change Maryland without changing governors. So I decided to do this crazy thing that no one at first believed in at all. They thought I had been drinking, or maybe I was just completely off my rocker, a Republican in Maryland. That's impossible. And then I talked to my good friend Boyd Rutherford into joining the team, and we pulled together just a great campaign team, volunteers, and a grassroots army of 125,000 people all across the state. And we were outspent by $16 million in the bluest state in the country. And thanks to the people in this room and people just like you all across the state, we pulled off what they called the biggest surprise upset victory in the entire nation. Won 20 out of 23 counties by 35 percentage points. That's kind of a landslide. It was the biggest vote for change in Maryland in 62 years. And we brought a lot of good folks with us at the local level and into the legislature. And then we got to work. I said during the campaign, we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to get spending under control, and then we're going to roll back as many of these tax, toll, and fee hikes from O'Malley as we possibly could, right? And we've been doing exactly what we said we were going to do. We said we were going to repeal the rain tax. We're the only state in the nation that taxed the rain. Everybody said no way, it would never happen because it passed by more than 2/3 majorities in both houses. Well, we proved the naysayers wrong because we got every single every single legislator in both houses who had voted for the rain tax to change their vote and to vote with us to repeal the rain tax. That was pretty good. First order of business. The finances of the state were a mess when we took over. We inherited a $5.3 billion structural deficit. We've eliminated 90% of that in the first year. Not bad. When the legislature didn't give us all the tax relief that we wanted in our first session, we decided to just go ahead and do it ourselves. So we cut tolls at every single facility in the state by $270 million. First toll reductions in 50 years. Put that money back in the pockets of taxpayers. And then we went about cutting or eliminating 255 fees all across state government. So O'Malley raised 43, we cut 255, plus the tolls, plus the rain tax. We're off to a good start. So we had a couple of diversions. You know, we had the little riots in Baltimore 90 days after I was governor. That wasn't on the plan. It wasn't something they taught me at baby governor school about how to handle that. But I think our team did a great job restoring peace and law and order to Baltimore City. So we've got a lot more to do, folks. A lot more. We've accomplished a heck of a lot. It's only been 17 months. People keep saying to me, wow, you did a great job in your first 2 years. And I said, it's not even a year and a half. So look, if we can get all this done in 17 months while dealing with riots and battling cancer, just imagine what we can do together over the next 6.5 years. So thank you all so much. Thank you for coming.